Mm.
Drogheda Patriots.
Yeah, sorry, I'm losing you here. You started talking and it stopped.
Okay, GD breach card. Tasha August I guess chat lums sa Cathal who Drogheda Patriots agus an issue McCudgett atá Karen Greene erased Rooney honor and party Drogheda. Okay, everybody, welcome to the next in our series of interviews with prominent Drogheda Patriots, and tonight we have Karen Greene, our secretary, again. We're hoping to widen the net, of course, in the upcoming months and weeks, but at the minute we're a bit tied down with the virus situation. So tonight we have Karen, and you're very welcome again, Karen. Great to see you. How are you bearing up with all the lockdown?
I'm not doing too bad. I'm working away. Good evening to you anyway again, Cathal. I'm working away, so I'm kind of doing background stuff in the meantime because, as you know, we can't canvass anymore. We done something last weekend, which is great. We need to keep that up, even if it's in a small way. But obviously now at the moment I'm working on our newsletter, they're keeping us going for a while, and obviously we can prepare for our next plans when this new restriction has been lifted, hopefully in another few weeks. As you know,
just to let everybody know, it's a 2-week shutdown was announced by the Taoiseach Varadkar yesterday. Yeah, so more or less 2 weeks. It's slightly shorter than our shutdown. We've had a shutdown, I think, till the 3 weeks from Monday or Tuesday. So hopefully that the 2-week thing, things can get lifted after that. But it's definitely a 2-week thing, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be it. It'll start maybe relaxing a little bit more. Maybe businesses can start opening again, depending on the numbers coming down. I'm sure they'll be looking at the cases every day and seeing, because we were meant to be at 10,000 cases, and that's obviously we're very short of that. There's over 2,121, I think, of cases that have been positive, which is a good thing. That means the social distancing is working the way it should. So even though it's frustrating and very difficult, it is obviously having an impact compared to maybe other countries. I know in England they're having difficulties, so they're already having a good few deaths over there. We have 22 in the Republic, 13 with yourselves up in the north. So at the moment that tactic is working for now. So hopefully, the only thing is the testing is quite slow.
Yeah. What way do you think? A lot of people in the movement there's a lot of kind of talk about that it's conspiracy, etc., and there are people that are kind of going down that line. But I think the evidence is showing that we have to take some action. There'd be criticism if there wasn't any action taken, because if we run out of beds, there's going to be a real problem. That's going to hit the elderly people. So, do you think that we would have to do something, or how do you feel about the action that's been taken, or do you think it's justified, or do you think it's over the top, or what do you think?
It's not over the top, but it is very restrictive because we can't really. I know we have to go out shopping, we have to go in to get prescriptions, and we have to go get some exercise. The 2 kilometre rule around, going for exercise outside your home, it's hard to measure. If you're going to the park with your family, or just going on your own, how well is it going to be policed? Is the Gardaí going to be reasonable about it? And say, okay, you are in your 2 kilometre, in your house. But sometimes people can, go beyond that. They might go for a drive to the beach. But even then, I think the Gardaí are actually restricting that access as well, whether it's a local park or local beach, local travel tourist spot. That happened was the last weekend, where everyone was flooding to those places, the Wicklow Mountains, the Glendalough, and they had to kind of shut the whole thing down, which is a pity, but that's the way people go. And people are frustrated as well because they're not getting out. The weather's actually picked up in the last 2 weeks. That is actually added to it as well. So kind of ironically enough, our weather's got better with this new restriction. So it kind of compounds the fact that people want to get out more, even though they should be really staying at home. It's a case of being patient. It's not going to be easy, but if it works in relation to keeping the hospitals kind of free of the cases, or maybe not get the ICU beds to capacity. I think there's about 250 beds for the whole country of ICU, which isn't great, of several million. and and a lot of people would take them up. Would be people who are in residential homes, nursing homes, people who have respiratory problems already, and they will be going to, and they'll be there for 2 weeks, as far as I know. So it won't be just a few days, and that can take up a lot of time.
What kind of hit home with myself and a few others, I think, was the amount of younger people that have been hit by it. People in their 20s. There's a couple of footballers and Gaelic players were up down with it, and they're ending up on ventilators. So when you start seeing that, it's not just for the old people. So that's why I think everybody's kind of on board with some of these measures, as they are, But I mean, I did make a point this week. I wrote into some of the local papers, some of the dailies in the north and Belfast, Irish News. I used to get a lot of letters published, but I just made the point that it was mentioned in the Irish Examiner about fishermen coming in from Italy and Spain and France, not being subject to COVID restrictions coming into fish in Irish ports. I thought that was outrageous. That's, I mean, in the context of these restrictions going on for Irish people, that seems a wee bit peculiar, doesn't it?
It does, very much so. I mean, if you're going to lock down the country, you have to do it from all sides, from within and from out. And I mean, that includes, planes coming in. The whole thing should be shut down.
They haven't shut it down yet at all on travel in, have they? They haven't.
No, they don't. They haven't done that, even though they stopped the airport buses up in Dublin going to the airport, and yet people could get there if they want to go out. If they can't leave, but they can come in, which I think is a bit strange. And I think the whole thing is a bit it's not foolproof, if you know what I mean. If you're going to do it, you have to do it properly, and then it actually shortened the time we're going to have to do the lockdown in the first place, and hopefully we might not have to extend it, because I mean he's after doing 2 now in the last few days, and he might even look at it again in the 18th or 19th of April, and we could be doing another lockdown depending on how things go, depending on the experts advising the government. So I think he has to do it the whole lot together.
I mean, some countries, Germany and Russia, have had a complete shutdown and lockdown of flights coming in, which they took decisive action. So it wasn't uniform across the European Union. So poor old Ireland didn't do that at all. And okay, Britain actually didn't as well, which I thought was strange. But it seems that they haven't acted on that point, which is unfortunate. But it leaves us, we were obviously hoping to get out and become very busy with activities. And last week, to do a bit of an update, we met some of the fishermen in Clogherhead, and we were around town, rural parts of Drogheda as well. The feedback was quite good. It's positive. I mean, some of those fishermen were saying that they thought there should have even been a lockdown from people coming down from the north. I'm not taking that personally. But, I mean, then we had plans to do on this weekend, and obviously we can't now. But I suppose we can do things like this, and we can. You're working away on a newsletter at the minute as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I am in the middle of doing that. I started that a few days ago, but I'm starting to make hay with it, because it's quite tricky, because you want to make sure that you're getting a message across in a few words as possible, without actually keeping it visual and keeping it interesting. And it's obviously an introductory newsletter, so you're kind of starting from the beginning of introducing the party, the candidate, yourself, and also they come and why we're doing what we're doing and what we do, and to raise the profile of the party, because as you know, when we were running your campaign, we weren't known across the country, but particularly in Louth, because Louth had a very strong, party of Sinn Féin and Fine Gael, and they weren't going to. It was quite strong, so you wouldn't really. It's very hard to get a new party in, and then we need to kind of focus on that. So when things go up and running again, that'll be our main focus, is to raise the profile of the party and getting new members, and obviously if a new election.
On the new members' point of view, you're saying that one of the guys that came to the common meeting, you're saying he's more or less joining up then.
Yes, I'm just waiting for to contact him. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to try and maybe meet him, or maybe during the week, and get to organise that.
We do need to try and get more, but the more the merrier. That's excellent. That's fantastic. He's going to join us. Yeah. Yes. So I mean, I thought it was interesting that the other guy that you'd mentioned, the guy, he's not in the party, but he's thinking of he has his own party. He was suggesting that, just on the point of a follow-up election, that with the with the COVID thing that's going on, it could be even more likely that there could be a snap election. Varadkar could try and capitalise on his, I suppose, showing of leadership, and he might call for a snap election. So I thought that was interesting. So we need to be kind of ready, and if and when it all dies down, he might decide to go for a majority and try and get rid of Sinn Féin, because nobody's talking about Sinn Féin at the minute at all, are they?
No.
So it's all on Fianna Fáil, or sorry, Fine Gael.
Yeah, that's true, and we haven't really seen much